Hello, lords and ladies. My name is For Extraordinaire, and welcome back into another entry for the Royal Court. This time we have, surprisingly, not a summer teaser, which I was expecting to be Summer Teaser 5. I'm sure they even alluded to that. But we have our first in a series, hopefully, of more dev diaries. This is going to be a mini dev diary as the team winds back up after the summer break, as they winded down. But we should be seeing some more content and some more beefier dev diaries like before, and I'm just overall excited to get back into it. So for this dev diary, it's a bit smaller. We do have some teasers about some new cultural innovations and whatnot, or cultural traditions. For this, for example, for the Karantanian culture, this is new. It's been, I think, diverged from the Bavarian culture's presence here down in Austria and some parts of southern Germany, like Bavaria, and they basically added this new culture. I think it has some Slavic heritage. It's kind of been separated from their Carpathian tongue twister there brothers, and then it's also taken over some parts of Slovenia. So it's going to be interesting to see how Bavarian culture interacts with this, and also some of the surrounding cultures like Italian, Croatian, and possibly even Hungarian. I almost said Hungarian. Um, Anyway, I'm getting my tongue twisted today. Anyhow, we also have a look all the way over to India, and we have some new changes, including an increased county size. I think they've added a lot more counties. They've broken up some provinces, and then we've also gotten some look at the wider Hindustani culture, which I believe has been broken up over here, and then two new cultures have been added to it. So we have a ton of new kingdoms here and everything. Many remnants of the Mauryan Empire, I think even some remnants of the Gupta Empire, and we can just see we have some very interesting, like, I don't think they're dukedoms, but like Rajas, and you can just play around with them to your heart's content. And then also, I think India has some very interesting geography. Definitely not my first pick for the royal court, but it's nice to see that they are getting some attention. And then they have Tring Triangula coming over, sadly, from Imperator Rome to give them some help over with the team at CK3 in the royal court. We can also see some of their new traditions too. This is the Gone culture. It is communal. They have sacred groves. I believe some of the pagans, not the pagans, but the the pagans in Norway and Sweden. I believe they may have some of the cultures like sacred groves. I know, I think early British culture, maybe like Pict culture, also had sacred groves honoring ancestors and whatnot, even the Celts, I believe. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some way to bring that back for the British, but they do have that in India with the Gond. They also have jungle warriors, which is probably going to give them some advantages over jungle terrain. I don't know what else it would help them with. And then they have cultural blending, which I assume helps them hybridize other cultures easier. Now we have the Malwa Plateau, or the Malvi Plateau, and we have a look at their culture. They have mystical ancestors. I believe we saw this earlier, kind of similar like priesthood, but for non-Catholic countries. I think some Catholic countries might also have mystical ancestors. I think the Persians have it. They also have fervent temple builders, which probably gives them cheaper. I think we saw this too, maybe just a little peek at it. Gives them cheaper, or it gives them a cost reduction to building temples. We have Khadga Puja. I think that has something to do with warriors or priests. Not sure at all what that is. If we have Indian viewers, if you could translate that, please let me know. Or I don't even know if it's gibberish or whatever. They just randomly came up with it. But anyhow, we have Kaja Puja, and then we have Agrarian. Very, very self-explanatory. Looks like they may be getting some bonuses to, since you don't have population, I'm not sure, but maybe gold from rural counties. I'm not too sure. But then finally, to end this off, we have a look at Ceylon, or I believe as it's called today, Sri Lanka. And then I believe they've given it some increased county sizes and whatnot. I don't think they had originally two counties specifically in the interior here, but I could be wrong. So they have quite a few counties here. And then they also are trying to better simulate the crisis that the Chola Empire faced. So hopefully some of the vassals for the Chola Empire will be a bit more unruly, and then you can kind of see how it plays out. At the start for CK3, India isn't too interesting in my opinion, but hopefully with some of these culture changes, and hopefully they take the time to give India some interesting cultural flavor, which it looks like they are doing with the cultural traditions. India should look to be a lot more lively, and then again, they have a ton of players, several different Rajas, almost equally sized, competing for the title of Emperor of India. So we should see how that goes once Royal Court releases, crossing my fingers for that. And then we also have an interesting new culture, possibly foreshadowing some new cultures introduced to Europe with the Royal Court. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been For Extraordinaire, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. All right, peace.